This is interesting, too, because Cory Booker, just talking about, he's rallying against the extension of Title 42. And so he compared turning away migrants using the law to turning away Jewish refugees who were arriving by ship at the start of World War II. Cory Booker said, "We have dark chapters in America, like when the St. Louis, during the Holocaust, sailed to our shores and was turned around, where folks were sent back to those horrors and many died." Yeah, it was coming out of that history that we as a nation affirmed our values, our ideals, our virtue would be made real in law, codified by our government, that we would never say never again. You know, if you want to talk about the dark chapters in American history, let's do it. Let's have that conversation. Let's really have it, though. Let's talk about how those dark chapters happened and who is responsible for them happening. For instance, who turned away the St. Louis, sent these Jews back to Europe, many of whom probably were then eliminated, were killed. Seems like it was FDR, your freaking hero, the guy who you love and almost worship and talk about all the time because he was such a great American hero.
Well, he was president for like 30 years.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was. But let's talk about Democrats, I don't know, during civil rights, voting against civil rights over and over and over. Let's talk about who it was in the South at the time who was keeping slavery going. In fact, to the extent that they started a war over it, that they left the Union because of it. Democrats. Once again, Democrats. In every case, when you talk about the dark chapters in American history, virtually every time you're going to find Democrats behind it.
But we don't have that conversation.
But we do not have that conversation.
No, we do not.
But we need to.
Who started the KKK?
Democrats.
Okay.
That was actually the military wing, the militia wing of the Democrat Party.
Okay, well, who tried to prevent blacks from being able to own weapons in the South?
Democrats. Yeah.
All right, well,
who tried to stop blacks from voting even after slavery? Democrats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Democrats.
So who segregated the armed forces?
Democrats.
Okay, well.
A Democrat in particular.
I got
Woodrow
one.
Wilson.
I got one. Do you know the answer to this? Who started Planned Parenthood?
Democrats.
And what was the aim of Planned Parenthood?
Wiping out black people.
I see.
Again, that was Democrats.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
You don't really have much of a case.
Who put? I don't want to get off track too much here. But
Okay, yeah, don't.
Who put Japanese Americans?
Yeah, Democrat.
I haven't even finished my question.
A Democrat. Twice, in fact. Woodrow Wilson in the First World War, FDR in the Second. I mean, every time there's a dark chapter, who's behind it? Tell me that, Cory Booker. Let's have that conversation. I mean, yes, I really want to have that conversation now.
All right, so who filibustered the Civil Rights Act in the 1960s?
Democrats.
Man, you've got an answer for everything.
Robert Byrd, for one.
Yeah.
Remember how they loved that guy?
I loved him.
Oh, man.
I do love, I don't know how to pronounce it, Dom Lucre or whatever. So he's a black guy who posted this thread, and in the top of the thread, and it's just to get Democrats to read it. It just says, how Republicans started slavery and the KKK. No, hold on. And so every tweet in the thread was the history of racism in the Democrat Party. And it's just awesome. And people are like halfway through it before they realize, oh, my gosh, this is about my party.